Hello.
I thought the music was still on. Why'd you turn off the music, Anton? Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to session 3 on day 3 of Dudacon. I am joined with Jonathan, and today on this section, we are going to be talking about unlocking e-commerce success with Duda. And specifically, we're talking about how to maximize clients' revenue potential by enabling them to sell products and services online. In our business model, we sell businesses leads, but when they can actually generate a transaction from their website, they are much happier, believe it or not, because they don't have to sell the lead, they don't have to do that work, and you can tie your results back to it. So I'm joined here with Jonathan. He's the e-commerce product leader at Duda. And we're going to be talking and getting all into native e-commerce, which is a huge update from the previous e-commerce system. So Jonathan, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll get right into the content.
Sure. Happy to be here. Busy day for you.
It is.
So I'm the product leader of e-commerce in Duda. I've been with Duda for almost 6 years, and in the last few years, I had the pleasure to lead our new e-commerce solution, Duda e-commerce. And we wanted to take the time today to talk with agencies, mostly about like how to build an e-commerce website in the right way. We know from our conversations, many agencies know how to do that and are into it. Some are beginning, but many, are afraid and concerned and don't know like how to make the first steps. So we hope that today we can talk about that and help some of the agencies to get into it and others, to get better.
Absolutely. And this is really important because if you're an agency and you're managing clients, your goal is to make more money. It has to be your goal. That's why you're in business. Your client's goal is to make more money. That's why they've hired you. So
Yes.
in this session, I think people are going to leave with actionable insights that they can use to enable their clients to sell more online. And like I said, when you can tie revenue to the website, it makes them much easier to write you a check every single month for your services. So I'm really excited about this one. And this session actually, it actually is very important to me specifically because that's a big change we're making in our agency. Is we're actually enabling our clients to sell online. So I'm excited to get started with that. So, Jonathan, we're going to pull up the slides and we're going to get started on the presentation.
Yes, we have a few slides, but mostly today we will see a demo on a live website. So I'm kicking this up. Just let me know that you can see my screen.
I can see it.
Great. So a bit about what's new with Duda e-commerce. We launched this almost 2 years ago. Started with a beta, but many things happened in the last year. So every day I go and look into the data and see the very big usage that we have. We have tens of thousands of stores created. We see the sales, what we call GMV, gross merchandise volume, going up insane, like almost 10x within these 2 years, and reaching over $1 million. And we see the exponential growth of usage and sales over to the native e-commerce. And this has a lot to do, with the products people offer and diversity that we see. One of my joys in my position is to see what people are selling. And, I found interesting thing. Did you know that there is such thing as cattle oilers? This is a real thing. It like add something to the skin of cattle when they eat, and it helps them. And we have people selling this on Duda e-commerce. So we show like many physical products, and as you mentioned, we also see a lot of businesses, and we know that many agencies working on Duda, serve more service businesses, not people selling physical products. And we can say that today about 15% of the stores in Duda don't sell any physical product at all. And before diving into like the special website that we prepared for this demo, I think when we talked in preparation, you had some very interesting examples from your websites.
Absolutely. And I'd be happy to share that before we get into it. And obviously, as you can tell from the last conversation, the last session we just had, people love the overviews and you in the editor and making changes and showing them the different features that are available. Anath completely blew my mind when it came to the breakpoints. So I'm excited to see what you unveil as well. So I would be happy to share how we've used Duda e-commerce in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And this is one of the stores that we're working with right now. And the store, since we've been working with them, has generated $600,000 in sales online. And that's not a small number because a lot of the revenue that we are generating is all e-commerce. So instead of getting leads, they're actually generating sales directly through the website. So that's something we're looking forward to doing more with a lot of the clients that we have. And the way that this really works is we're activating their website to sell something online. So for this example, it was a business that was selling something as simple as a gift card on their website directly. So in the native store, you can just set up a product, you can configure the payment gateway, and then you can sell that product directly on there. So we would run very straightforward ads that look like this, and it would bring them to that page where the customer would be able to buy $1,000, $800, $500, whatever that amount was, and the customer would actually get that revenue directly into their Stripe account. Now, when your client wakes up and they're generating sales online, they're very happy about it because, again, it's not a customer they have to convince. It's just happening all automatically. So this is a great example of us just doing a one-time optimization where we're selling a 1 or 2 products at a time. And then there's the example of us selling a lot of products at the same time as well. And what that really looks like when we break that down is a client having physical products directly on their website. And that would look something like this, where there is, there's defined products that are on the website, and they're actually sending traffic to this website, and customers are buying units on here. The thing that surprised me the most, which is insane, is that one of the products on here was about $65,000, and somebody actually purchased it directly on the website.
Wow.
It was kind of unreal to see a $65,000 transaction go through a website. A little scary, but ultimately they were able to deliver that service as well. So you can see how clean and neatly you can organize a store and give the customer to just buy that option right away and have all of the different customization options that you would need to actually sell that. So that's a little bit about how we're using it right now. Is we're enabling our customers to sell things one time, and then we're enabling our customers to actually sell a range of products and services directly on their website.
Definitely. And I think one of the interesting things we see with many websites is how people use it is the gift cards or the voucher example that you saw. It's like almost any business can sell, and relating like to the omni-channel discussion from yesterday, I think this is a great example. You pay online, but consume the service or the product offline within the business premises. So let's go to the actual website that we built to show all these great best practices. I will share my screen again.
Awesome.
Just let me know you can see it.
We can see it.
Okay, that's great. So we can see this is a fitness-related business. It's an online store that sells equipment and also services. But I think the first thing you can see here right at the top is this Cyber Monday sale. And many people can ask themselves, okay, what Cyber Monday has to do with fitness? But we know that today customers in all segments, in all verticals, look to the holiday shopping season, and they are expecting all the businesses they know to have some kind of sale at that time. So it can be Cyber Monday, it can be Black Friday, whatever fits. And we are actually going to release very soon a very good bunch of sections that are dedicated to promoting e-commerce and selling services online for the holiday seasons, with very nice graphics that agencies can use. So stay tuned in the editor to see this. So I think when we look at this website in general, we can already see some best practices in action. First, again, telling about a sale and the top banner here. And also we can see the search bar here, the login and the cart, that they are all in the header. This allows customers to always navigate there when they want to search for a product, if they have a very strong intent, to go into their cart, add things, look out, remove things, and of course log into their account. So also, of course, and we talked about this in another section a lot, I just want to share another tab. Let me know that you can see the preview of the free screens.
Looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. So of course you always need to think about all the breakpoints, and you need to adjust the design for that. And you can see also here in the mobile version, let's make it larger, that we have again the search bar, the login or personalization icon, and the cart in the top in the header of the website. Let's continue our conversation over the desktop version. And we can see that the first thing that this website does is to promote the sales over the phone. We have this button, Shop Deals Now. It will take us to a specific page with all the products on sale, and we can see them in this product gallery. We configure the filters here that it will show only those on sale, and you can see the original price is dashed, and we have the new price here. This allows visitors to go directly to the best offers, to navigate. You don't always have a best attention span with visitors on your website, and if you want, as a merchant, usually you have products that do better, you have sales, you have things you want to promote. So promoting them on the website above the fold is a very good practice to do that. And of course, Juan, if you have any insights you want to share from your experience during this demo, just jump right in.
Yeah, go back up to the top. Yeah, this is something that I did want to comment on. I've been talking a lot about this agency of the future, AI-driven, really nicely designing company that allows customers to make money with them. I think this header accurately describes that, because you have a business that sells personal training, sells online classes, and sells products. So you have a company that delivers a service, sells a product online, and their website is activated for them to make money. When you approach a conversation with a customer and say, I know you offer a service, I understand that. We're going to make your website in a way where it's actually going to collect payments. That's the agency of the future. Because Jonathan, I'm sure you're aware of this. A big problem in the agency world is attribution. Meaning, how did somebody find me and how did that turn into a lead? But when it goes to the payment, you don't have any of those things anymore. So I think the agency of the future that I've been mentioning is going to be a combination of a business that sells a service and can sell something online, and an agency that enables them to do that. So I like this header because there's a combination of an offer, a very clear offer that's one time. The customer can't miss that. There's a coupon code, so they know it isn't forever. It's something that is going to expire. And then the actual header itself has the services and the products. So that's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, I completely agree. And remind me towards the end, if we don't get there, I will jump straight into the analytics section. As you mentioned, attribution, and we know that setting up analytics is critical role for that. And I want to show how easily you can do that with e-commerce, and you don't need to be an expert in analytics for that, or an expert in e-commerce analytics, which I heard an agency owner talking about this lately. He talked about analytics, and he said, okay, but I'm not talking about e-commerce. It's completely different domain. Won't go into that. And I want just remind me if we don't get there to show how we do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we see this like over the top, and let's now take a look at this product gallery. So common practice in e-commerce, you offer your products, you allow buyers, potential buyers, to filter and sort to see, if they have a specific intent. Maybe they want to see a range of products, range of prices. They want to see to sort by prices. They want to see if there's something new, maybe returning visitors. And it's also very important in the gallery to communicate all the relevant information up front. For example, we have this one on sale here, you can see. So we have an on sale label and also the indication over the price. So the customer knows, okay, something interesting here. Also, we have the sold out tag here, which allows users, not to go into it if they are not wanting to buy it now, and especially, not to get frustrated. As users, we don't want to discover important information only down the road, or add everything to the cart, being ready to check out and understand, okay, we can't buy this. This is a very frustrating experience, and you immediately get the impression, okay, this site owner who whoever built the site, they didn't think about me. They didn't have me in mind as customer.
Yeah, just a comment on while we're on this section here. One is I love the image overlays. When you hover, you can display a different image. But two is that beautiful, beautiful sort and filter button. Because if you've worked on the first version of the e-commerce, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this was not available. And I think we tried to make it for one website, and it just became very difficult to do. And it doesn't look anywhere as near as good at this. So Jonathan, go into that feature a little bit, because I definitely think for most people selling products online, this is critical.
Yes, I completely agree. So this is one of, I wouldn't say latest edition. We have this for over 6 months at least, I think, in the Duda e-commerce. But this was one of the most requested features that we released recently, along with many other features. And indeed, you are correct. We covered like service businesses that might offer one or two services to purchase online, but once you offer like 3, 4, 10, 20, 100 products, you need to allow users to find them in an easy way, and sort and filter is one of them. Here we have a gallery that presents all the products in the website, but of course, when you go into a specific context, like a category, and we didn't say that we have the categories navigation here at the top. This helps buyers to understand what are you offering. Maybe they're not sure what this business is, but they see, okay, accessories, personal training, online classes. Okay, is this the right website for me? Is this the right business? And also helps search engines understand the structure of your business offering. And we also implement in these category pages SEO schema markup to allow search engines to crawl them efficiently. And as you can see, we also have the sort and filter widget here. And now it filters, of course, only the products here in this gallery.
Interesting. And that's an important point that you make too, because AI was a huge conversation yesterday. And search engines, we had some really, really educated people on the actual webinars, specifically in SEO. And when a search engine sees a product page and it has clear descriptions, and it has frequently asked questions, and it has reviews of the product, and it has how much it costs, just like this, these product pages are likely going to rank higher than a normal web page because it's satisfying the user's intent. So the way I'm seeing it is, if we work with a plumber, because Develomark's clients are local service-based businesses, and this was plumbing inspection, and it was $99, and it had the description of what you got, and you could pay online, and it booked it for you, that's giving your client end-to-end service. But if they had to fill out a contact form, that's not as helpful to the user, because now they still have to talk to the company about what it costs, then they have to schedule, etc. So I really think, again, the website of the future and the agency of the future is going to be able to bridge that gap between both, and search engines are really going to like that.
Yes. Let's see an example on this site. And you can see in Duda e-commerce, everything is built as a dynamic page. And I'm not meant to scare you in any way with this, for those of you who don't work with dynamic pages, but just think in mind that all product pages and all category pages have the same structure, and we dynamically, fit the right data into them. So you can see this is a service offering that we have here, and it's the same layout, and you can add it to the cart. You can, as a buyer, select which offering exactly you want to take. And let's take a bit of a look into the cart. Let's add this one. You can see a very good practice is that the cart opens immediately, and then the user can decide, okay, whether to check out or to continue shopping. Let's do that as well. And let's just add another product. And while returning home, you can see this breadcrumbs widget that we have. This is important in two aspects. First, for the user like me to understand, okay, where am I? Are there other products in the category that I want to look into? But also, as we mentioned, search engines really use this. And when this is built correctly, like in Duda e-commerce, this includes meta information that search engine consume, and they understand the structure of the website and really improve SEO results. So just go to the home page and add this product as well. Which color do you want?
Do pink.
Pink one. think the pink one is out of stock. So
Of
which one
course
do
it
you
is.
want?
Do the blue one then.
The blue one. As men, we call this blue probably. And let's add it to the cart. And another important thing, you can see first that when I chose a different color over the product page, it immediately shows that the website automatically showed me the correct image that corresponds to it. And when you manage options and variations for e-commerce, it's important to do that, to have the options configured with images. And also when they go into the cart, you can see the selection that I had. And also, again, the image corresponds to that. If we would add, let's add this one. And we check the cart again. So we see we have 2 entries. And it's very clear to me as a buyer what I purchased, and I don't get confused with that. Let's see some best practices in the checkout. So first, when we go to checkout, this is of course the desktop navigation, but in mobile, it would be built responsively for mobile. We can see all the items that we have, again, with the variations that we implied. Let's see that the promo works. Maybe, no, it was a false promise, but yeah, we see the promo applied and we see the discount here. So first, it's important you see this cart is built with phases. You have first the billing information, then later the shipping and pickup and payment, and they are all already presented to the buyer so they know what they are going to go through, but they can start focusing here. Let's fill this out automatically. And it's important when you configure these for your clients, for your merchants, to understand specifically with addresses what's the right format. In some countries, it's better to divide the house number from the street address, and in some you want to connect that. And also you can see the autofill that we had here with Google completion for the address. And when we look at shipping, you can see here, it's a very best practice to explore and show the potential buyer all the options for shipping that they have and clearly indicate which one is the cheapest, which one is the fastest, and to add an estimation of how much time it will take to arrive in each one of these. Also, a very important thing is the delivery instructions that the buyer can fill in many cases, and we know all us know that we buy things online. If you don't type specific instructions like leave at my door, don't be afraid of the dog, or things like that, things can get lost in the delivery. And it's very important when you set this up, and we do this automatically with our shipping partners in the e-commerce, that these instructions are then automatically go to the delivery company, because if it stays with the business and is not forwarded, it's no use for that.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Also, features that weren't available in the first one. And I love the use of the promo code, for me at least, because when I'm working with clients, it's all about what are we doing to promote sales. So having change in offers is really important to incentivize, and the promotion code is a great way to do that. It's also a great way to get influencers to offer your product. It's also a great way to have employees have certain promo codes, or certain ads have different promo codes. So I love the flexibility of just having a lot of those out at the same time while generating more sales.
Yeah. And this also goes to attribution as well, right? The use of promo codes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's just see the next section of the checkout. You can see also offering, if of course fits the business, an option to store pickup with mentioning of the hours and the exact address is important.
Now, Jonathan, while we're on here,
Yes.
I just want to, there's a bunch of questions I'm going to get to, but since we're at this checkout process that we're going to be talking about, and maybe you are going to cover it, but I just want to highlight Deborah's question about nonprofits collecting donations online. If you're going to cover it, feel free. If not, maybe touch on that.
Yeah, so we actually have many people do this online, and we have actually a donation product configured that allows it to be much easier for the merchant to configure it, and don't get stuck with like shipping instructions for a donation product. And basically, it goes the same. The most important thing to think about is the tax configurations for that. And I just want to let you guys know that we will soon also have in the native e-commerce the ability to configure different tax rates. So if you're selling, taxable products like physical products, and you also want to, collect donations in the same store, you will be able to do that. Do we want to take a few minutes for other questions?
Yeah, I think at this point we've got a couple that have come in, and I think it makes sense. So Trisha has a really good question, and I completely feel for her because you're really managing someone's online presence, and that if it's e-commerce, that's their pipeline of their money. So Trisha asks, I have a golf store client that is using WordPress and WooCommerce and is wondering if Duda is a good option to help them transition a store that has hundreds of products.
Yeah. So, without getting into the details of these businesses, I would say yes, we have businesses in Duda selling hundreds and even thousands and tens of thousands products over the stores, making a lot of revenue. Cannot say how much exactly, and we definitely see this as viable. And I encourage her and actually everyone, because we added so many features lately, to go and see what's been changed and see if it fits your client. And if not, reach out to us. We are very responsive, and maybe we can find a solution or prioritize other features missing for you.
Excellent. One more question that we have here too is Camila asks, before with native ecom, you couldn't have two products with the same name, even if they had the different SKU. Can you have two products with the same name now?
Yeah, so we don't allow this yet, and it's for a reason. We know that these products or categories with the same name can have two, you can say, potential negative impacts. One of them is hard to manage the store when you go into like DUI, but mostly with CSV and others, people might get confused. But also we want to make sure that we do it and allow people to do it in the very best way in SEO terms, because once you have same product page with the same name for two different products, this needs to be structured in a very explicit way to allow search engines to understand the differences between them. So this is not something that we rule out completely, but we consider this an advanced feature for these reasons, and it's kind of on our roadmap for the future.
All right, Yonatan, I'm going to do one more question. I need you to be quick on this one because we're running out of time. Everybody wants to watch you go through the editor. Bram Jam asks, can you cover shipping options, shipping by weight, shipping by preference, and shipping by products?
Yes. So today we have two solutions. Shortly, we have manual shipping that allow you to configure rules by yourself, like by weight, areas, and we are going to add probably zip codes soon. So this is one thing. Another thing is EasyShip, our global fulfillment partner that allows merchants to get offers from hundreds of shipping providers with great discounts. It just shows them on the checkout live, as we saw, and later the merchant, can purchase the label with great discounts and ship it.
Excellent. All right, Yonatan. Well, thank you so much for bringing us through Duda's new e-commerce. That was really insightful. I can't wait to use it. And on our session 4 of day 3, the team has covered a lot. We've covered a lot today, but now we're going to give you guys a chance to ask anything with the product leaders. So that's coming up next. Yonatan, thank you so much.
Thank you.